man.
Let's talk men.
Man. What the fuck was it called?
Camp?
Huh?
Man camp?
Man camp.
Let's talk
man camp.
I went to a 5,000. So by the way, this is like the third time we've talked about something like this.
Yeah, from a man-making camp.
It took a what surprising turn do we think it could have taken?
It's not implicitly kind of conservative and sexist.
I feel like maybe it's like it was just men seeking community, and they found that it cost them $500 or $5,000 to make a friend.
Yeah. And it's in California as opposed to like, it's always in Greece usually. It's like,
Right.
It's like an Ibethan oil reserve that they...
Ibethan is funny.
A
Iberian.
kissing practice camp or something.
Or it's like a boot camp in nowhere, Texas.
Yeah, you have to eat sand to prove that you should have friends or something.
A journalist from CNN did this piece on several different sort of man camps.
Okay.
But this one in Sonoma was different in that it's run by women.
Is that the surprising turn?
And so the surprising turn is that it's supposed to be like healing men from toxic masculine type thoughts.
Okay.
By any means necessary. Surgery, electroshock.
$5,000 man camp though still concerns me. I guess meet people where they are. They're like, there's all these men willing to spend $5,000 on a camp. Let's make one that can reverse their programming.
Let's catch the bullet on that one.
Yeah.
Right. So it's called Pivot, and it's in Sonoma.
It's Y Combinator company. It's an I instead of an O or something.
Oh my god.
Pivot.
I do like the hand on the man's thigh and on his back, because that makes me feel like feelings are happening.
Yes, and like it's
$5,000
Oh my god!
feelings.
Wait a second. If there's a counterweight to the manosphere, this is it. Okay, I don't know about that.
that's
The
ambitious.
project is because I don't think that we're solving the manosphere with $5,000 man camp.
yes, this is, and also it's like atomic bomb versus camp baby.
The project is a brainchild of a woman. I do feel worried also about hopefully it works, but the people who are brainwashed by this type of thing don't feel like they'd be the most open to a woman's opinion.
Yeah, it seems
on manhood.
the counterweight to maybe what before they get into the manosphere pipeline. It's like
which
a
I mean, look,
preventative.
I am all for countering the manosphere. I am generally concerned about $5,000 camps for anything. Okay. Mostly female roster of coaches. Glass says her camps provide disillusioned men a better way forward. Love that. She works directly to understand and reframe her participants' understanding of masculinity. Cool. But it's a lonely fight. For every 5 men who enter her camp, tens of millions watch influencers like Andrew Tate, Aiden Ross, and Myron. That's what I'm saying. Who preach the importance of making money, getting ripped, and emotionally dominating their wives and girlfriends. I don't. So yes. However, it is interesting to me that they have framed those 3 things as like the pillars of, like the harmful pillars of manhood. Because
as though they're not.
Getting ripped, who cares? Making money, who cares? It's the emotionally dominating their wives and girlfriends part that I feel like we should be
DLC at the end of the
circling.
list.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also like, it's prescribing that as the competition kind of diminishes any value this could have, right? It's like if people are like, yeah, I enjoy the Sad Boys podcast, but like, I don't know, compared to the entire country of Canada, that does a lot more than just Sad. I'm like, well, yeah, but that's like a country.
Yeah, and I'm again just like, what is the addressable community of $5,000 camp?
And I would rather, if it is like, this like big bespoke project, or even if it's just starting at like, let's generate some more revenue and maybe we make a smaller thing. But actually, this is not even a critique of the camp. This is more a critique of like the framing, the writing here. I think there's been this weird conflation of toxic masculinity and masculine representation with the manosphere as though they are the same thing and not a path to the other. Like this idea that like we need to get in there to stop men's natural behavior of harassing women. Hold on, it's that's not where it like starts. Most people with those like toxic masculine traits aren't in the manosphere. It just so happens that a bunch of people are. Men are struggling, Glass tells CNN. Some lack positive leaders, she says. Others get cancelled too quickly, she believes. Employment opportunities are drying up for many, and others learn from an early age not to talk about their feelings, sure. To her, it all adds up to one thing. Throughout the country and across all age groups, men are having a hard time.
Sure.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
What is it? What's the smell? What is it? What's getting
It could
me?
be the fact that it's a $5,000 camp.
Maybe it is that.
Can I also say that the other thing that's annoying to me is that if there's a counterweight to the manosphere, this is it. It is absolutely not it.
Don't. And it
is not a counterweight.
Need it to be. You know what I mean?
Just from a scale standpoint, you can not consider that. You're like saying, compared to the ocean, this like glass of water is a counterweight.
The counterweight is other streamers. They have to. It has to be in the same ring. That you can't. You know.
Yeah, you got to meet people where they are. But I mean, not to say this isn't serving a value or a need for people.
I think it's also it's not. Maybe it's partially because of the finance, but I think it's noticeable that these are all guys, sort of middle-aged dudes, or largely, and that is actually a demographic, though not necessarily a demographic that was taken this path by Andrew Tate.
It is nice to see older men who still want to like learn and better themselves. That's good. I like that. I think one of my biggest pet peeves is people who feel like kind of calcified in their beliefs and feel like they can't change or don't want to.
That actually is like a influential demographic or like influential group that I think it goes a little underappreciated is people who like people at like a kind of parental age, guys at at least implied parental age. Oh, blessings upon you in the name of Christ.
Thank you.
Maybe because there wasn't a default father figure as a kid, receiving advice or just even like positive approval from a respectable, healthy, progressive, or even just like kind of like non-hostile politically or ideologically older guy. I think that's the most impactful, at least to my behavior and relationship from any external figure, has been someone who is like, oh, I can grow up and be that. That's actually the end of it. And they're like happy in whatever kind of success I wanted. I'm seeing that. And they also don't care about like how they sit or what their walk looks like or like how much money they, okay.
Some might say that we're going to a camp that would counter toxic masculinity. Is it fair to say?
I think that's what they're trying to do.
A long weekend
of British people.
Small talk might be the push some men need. Others choose a different path.
A group of women is going to try and teach us how to be better men.
Us included.
Us
He's with
included.
CNN.
For months, my London-based
CNN.
colleague.
Yeah, they're like the journalists.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I guess they're doing establishing conversation for the video.
I see. Because I was just like, wow, these are sort of oddly engaged, presentational dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, they work at CNN.
I do. It's like, I was talking about this just from framing it the way that, you know, the ideal toxic man may view it, but the journalist also said it like a group of women are going to teach us how to be better men. And it's like, okay, yes, that can happen. Absolutely. My first thought is that how receptive is the average manosphere person going to be to the messenger? But I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, I guess that was just like it's just a thought.
Those are a group of therapists are the ones doing it. You know?
Yeah.
That's the.
Yeah, it's not just ladies.
Professional women will be teaching us. They will be teaching us womanly.
Rob Pichetta has been digging into efforts to counter toxic masculinity, which is what brings us on a 2-hour road trip outside San Francisco into wine country, Sonoma, California. I'm very impressed, Rob. Staying on the right side of the road.
So far. Oh shit, I missed another turning.
You're doing great with this GPS. We were told to be here.
Is this a fucking Marvel movie?
Yeah.
Did Joss Whedon write this?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you guys have that much extra space in this story for all these bits.
Hey, nice driving.
Hey, stick to the journalism, guys.
Maybe put your hands on the wheel.
He literally just gymmed the camera.
Just like London.
I need some shade and some aircon and some rain.
It's beautifully quiet, but it's also unnerving at the same time.
Maybe it's that we've spent so much time together, but I'm like the bit of like referring to a guy being British over and over again. I'm like, shut up. Like, it's like, oh my God. Yeah, we get it, dude.
Airplane food.
He's from the land of the tea.
We get it.
Oh my God. Yeah, I guess you don't see too much of the sun here in London, huh?
Okay,
hey, you're driving on the right side of the road. You're doing pretty good.
I live here.
Yeah.
I
live here.
Okay. But yeah, no, I did grow up different, I guess.
Yeah, I grew up different. It's fine.
You called me.
We really are here to support you and also get out what you came to be able to work on.
A 5-day workshop, this one men only. Though Lori Jean Glass runs them for women and couples too. She created the Pivot program, as it's called. And most of the other coaches here are also women.
I don't want to project any bad vibes, but I'm trying to figure out where the weird smell a little bit is coming from, and it could be like when they were like, oh, this person runs a lot of these for various groups. I'm like, oh, this may just be like this person's making money hand over fist
I've
on this
heard
shit.
about this manosphere
This type
stuff.
of, well, I just feel like the person who like a singular like kind of guru that like runs all these like things,
Yep.
like that
Writes
always
self-help books.
yeah,
A lot
dude, it
of
like
points of
feels like
wisdom.
it's like it hits a like, oh, you're one of those.
And it comes with a very specific slideshow and has a brand logo that is. I'm getting triggered by just like the graphic design, which is not fair of me. It just, especially the pivot, it just reminds me of something.
Yeah, it's tricky because it's like I
don't want to be the skeptic.
maybe I'm of the people, but I'm just like, there's so many people who are not going to be able to, like, first of all, not only pay the $5,000, but the opportunity cost of like not working,
Going to Sonoma and
then going to beautiful wine country.
like I wouldn't even mind if this was a project that was just, in the case of couples counseling, even if it's financially prohibitive, and then even just individual counseling, sure, you have options that would not cost this much, but I guess you're in a position where that's viable, and maybe for whatever reason you think this one would be better. When it's like, we're doing this to fight back against this thing, and there's some costs we gotta cover. I'm like, no, you can't be the hero and then the
Other thing
financier.
they mentioned, like Aiden Ross, Andrew Tate, Myron Gaines, none of the people in that room know who those people are.
Yeah, oh my god,
You know what I mean?
They're
Like, those
older
aren't
than-
the audience of that. So it's like, I'm like, are you reaching the people who are being impacted by those types of voices? Yeah. Like, because I don't want to poo-poo something that could be helping people, obviously.
The two people that could ever have ended up in that pipeline are the people doing office
journalists.
reactions.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
That's gonna be a crazy
What color is your Bugatti?
Jeff came bracing for an empty nest, hoping to strengthen his relationship with his wife once the kids are gone. Jason has recently lost his wife to breast cancer, and Matt's father died just weeks before this retreat.
a lot of grief counseling. That makes sense.
And that's awesome. But that sounds like grief counseling.
Yes, which I pray it works and it looks positive.
And
but
that's great.
That is
But again,
quite literally almost as far as you can be.
I'm just trying to come back to this is the salve
Yes.
for the manosphere.
Is it toxic masculinity to be scared about missing your kids? Like what?
I mean, maybe for this generation,
I guess
or something.
preemptively, that one makes a lot of sense to me, because it's like, when we talk about toxic masculinity, we tend to pivot towards it being like projected outwards, but really it's as equally about it. The reason it's bad is because it is like, it has no utility at all. It's the elements of masculine performance that just hurts everyone all the time, including yourself. And one of those is like, suppressing your personal ability to grieve, grow, etc. And then often like it eventually breaks containment and the steam's hot and it hits the people around you. So like preparing for, I don't even really know what the branding should be for empty nest syndrome. I think we apply that to mothers exclusively,
Sure,
like
yeah,
traditional relationships.
definitely.
And like maybe that's ingrained sexism in my mind, or rather just like oversimplification and saying like, yeah, women, they're natural carers, so when the kids leave, it breaks their brain. But like, it makes everyone sad.
But I think that like,
he just doesn't want to be.
For example, we started this podcast
That
as
is
like
true.
a podcast that is like, hey, we're going to talk about our feelings, and there's a lot of toxic masculinity out there. Manosphere didn't exist. So it would be like if we were retroactively saying our podcast is like the salve for the manosphere, because it's like these people generationally are dealing with like stage a pre-existing toxic masculinity and like kind of patriarchal expectations upon men
for reasons like,
which have always existed.
There's things that they're also tackling, like active, I'm preparing for this thing or I'm dealing with this thing, as opposed to the kind of like banality of evil. Andrew Tate sneaks into people's subconscious because they're bored and lonely. It's not because normally because they're actually struggling with anything.
What
It's
this
the
actually is
opposite.
the solve for is those other toxically masculine boot camps where they're aggressively hugging,
Battle hug,
or like
whatever it's
having to
called.
throw their sons across the field or whatever.
Right.
Like,
How far can you throw your son?
it's like this
spike
is
your kid in the end zone.
yeah, this is the antithesis to that. But
Yeah.
I don't know that it has anything to do with Andrew Tate.
It seems like the whole supporting argument is for something else. Like it's
Yeah.
like not. Yeah.
I'm curious for your thoughts on this. I don't think we've ever talked about it, but like, I am sometimes self-conscious in relation to Sad Boys when, like, it's nice when people reach out and like say something nice or they enjoy the show and things like that. But specifically when people, I think, reach out and talk about how they appreciate specifically the like saying this stuff to push back against the manosphere and like get people out of that pipeline and like, I don't think we are naive enough to think that we are getting to them that quick. Like the majority.
For sure.
I would like to do that splash damage
No.
and catch a few.
Yeah.
But I think the desire to
The
see
people
someone
who
fighting.
are too far gone already see us as soy.
Yes,
So they don't like click in.
I don't have the grift agility to like get into their space and then pull them out. You
It's
know?
like it is something that I want, like if someone's not fully bought in and they aren't off put by our soy demeanor, then maybe that can it's like maybe that can be helpful. But yeah, it is kind of hard to reach a certain type of that person because they've already been taught that we are the enemy or we're like too far gone ourselves.
I think that if anything, what I'd hope, and this is actually not specifically about Sad Boys, but like for the people stuck in that pipeline, I think the reason that I think about them the most is because I was there. Mm-hmm. Granted, younger than I feel like a lot of manosphere, like actually embedded in the manosphere people. I think of those as more like kind of late teenagers, early 20s. But like the top of the pipeline, just flowing through the water, not even realizing what's going on, and just being like, yeah, I guess men are this way and I guess women are that way. I mean, no one's really mentioned it, so I guess I'll just go with the traditional position. And then like, I don't feel like I'm really as part of a community as I want to be. Now, is that to do with me?
Yeah.
And then by chance I fell into a community, and I don't think that would, at no point did I work for that.
Yeah.
And I that was luck. And now I feel like that's even less likely to happen in general. So I hold sympathy for that particular, like 13, maybe 14 years old, right at the cusp of having to start performing grown-upness, but not having a good perception of what that is. And the closest you have is probably from TV and movies, and that's one of the worst ones you could have. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I guess now it is streamers. Streamers and content creators would be one of the
that's
basis.
true.
But yeah, that's like, this is like your aunt's interpretation of what the manosphere is about.
Which is, I guess, the CNN audience in 2026. I don't know.
Because it's officially hit the mainstream as a term now.
Yeah.
And then like manosphere, you mean like
Yeah, I'm like-
55-year-old Kevin from down the
Yeah, I'm
street?
like these guys on CNN. I'm like, you guys should start a podcast.
If you think this is a concern about the manosphere, I have some crazy stuff to show you.
We do these small retreats with men. It's meant to be a place of respect, understanding, not clinical, not judgmental, and open. Most men today are confused about what it means to be a man.
The reality is, I would agree, most men are very confused.
For Matt, it starts as a conversation with his dad.
All right.
It's getting goopy. it's kind of taking the goop.
I've done some things like this where I'm like, okay, look, this is helpful for some people, not always the most helpful for me.
There is a great clientele for this, and I'm sure they get a lot. But this is personally what I would love is the most clinical, detached data that you could give me. Talk to me about like reprogramming my neural pathways. Give me some, which hey is just as arbitrary. But it is it's
I don't know if
flavor
it's
that
just
keeps
as
me.
arbitrary. But
also, I'll leave it to other communities to tell me whether because I'm just not informed or connected enough to any communities that like often get appropriated in like woo-woo witchy stuff. So I don't know if, the thing she just instinct is.
Oh, that's the I want to say the singing bowl.
But but I don't know if like the source of that is like of a particular culture that is.
I think it definitely is,
anymore.
and I don't know that it's hers.
I mean, I guess everything
that's
is
the
from
thing.
our
It's like
culture.
when it starts to, like the co-opting of, it's like an all white room where it's like co-opting another culture's like thing. I'm like, okay.
Take a look. They've wrote down everyone's name and a fun fact about them.
Yeah, I think this is like what they're struggling with.
That feels
Oh, and then the
strange
inverse.
to me.
This is what it is. Like, look, I think that in any sort of environment like this, if you take like a little snapshot, it's going to look kind of wacky and wild.
Yeah, I guess how they presented it, it kind of feels like group therapy. And
That's
so
what it-
writing everyone's like what they're struggling with just like on a big like a classroom big notepad just feels a little.
I don't know exactly what it's accomplishing to look at the big board and be like,
Yeah,
all right,
it
cool.
feels
I'm
like if
feeling
I-
unwanted, so I'm going to have I am wanted under it.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Also, it's funny. It's not so much funny. It's a little weird that it's smaller. Like you write the thing you feel, and then the other answer is like, doesn't matter. It's like a way smaller.
It feels a little bit like if I went to a therapist and I was like, I think I'm depressed, and she goes outside and pins like a big thing that says depressed to their bulletin board. Like
Weird. Under it says, I am not depressed. The thing for me is that I think about like accessibility and like, yes, group therapy is something that this is like seems similar to, and is something that exists out in the world that maybe doesn't cost $5,000 and require a retreat. It's also annoying me that the CNN journalists are like 40% of the class.
Yeah, I don't
like of this.
I kind of feel like just send one. I know you can't do epic Dwight and Jim riffs when it's just yourself, but this feels very much like a Louis Theroux, or not even, almost like a POV camera only, no presenter thing. Because I want to observe. I don't know if I was in a documentary about therapy and someone came into my session and was like, so what did he say?
Well, I also like, I don't have much commentary on these people and their own experiences, because I think they are like, this is a space where they feel like they can express, things that they're struggling with. And all of that stuff is like valuable introspection and work that's being done. And it kind of doesn't matter if it's like, they paid $5,000 to get through the door. There's maybe a cheaper way to address this, but this is the way that they found. It's more just like institutionally this kind of thing, and then how it's being covered on CNN as like this is like a whole like mini doc, like little piece interest story.
Yeah, it's weird now, like
where everyone's older than the journalists.
Isn't it just kind of weird? Like I'm looking at it and I'm like, this was around. This wasn't. It's the only thing that's changed is someone saying it's new.
It like could be a story from 2016 that they just put a bunch of stuff about the manosphere up top to make it sound like it was from today.
They dubbed some keywords in.
Ripped from today's headlines.
But this is actually about, 2016, great reference point. That's certainly the time that I remember like, wearing a pink t-shirt, be like, it's actually fine.
Yeah.
I was
wearing a lot of pink t-shirts, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I was rocking a lot of pink t-shirts.
I was fighting back against Big Blue.
You're welcome, everyone.
There was like a moment in time where putting on a pink t-shirt as a man is like, actually, I don't even.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable.
What are you going to do about it?
What are you going to do about it?
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a man and I wear pink.
No, I'm not sitting weird. No, I'm wearing pink. But I'm saying it's fine. So all the other stuff I do, I don't feel bad about ever.
Okay, well, I wish all of those people the best. I also, maybe CNN cover a story where people are actually impacted by the people that you mentioned, like Aiden Ross, Myron Gaines, instead of people who've maybe never heard of those people. Also, they did, like, it truly did not feel like it was, like, coping with, like, all of that, like, grief and the kind of issues that people were dealing with, absolutely valid. But it just doesn't seem like it's related to the thing that they were saying about the manosphere.
It feels like that's what the story would be, right? Like, what is the current thing? Yeah, it's about that. If this wasn't like 2017, it'd be like, this all came around because of Hamilton and the MCU. Yeah, okay.